Good morning. I had to put Frankie out because he's wound up. It's such a beautiful day, and it's not muddy like it's been. And the neighbors who are in the back of us and over 2 or 3 houses, their dogs are getting bigger and louder, or it's just the right kind of barometric pressure that they're really loud. I cannot imagine being the ones living right next door to them. Oh my God. Why is it every time I get on here, I have to blow my nose? Maybe it's an omen. I didn't need to blow my nose first. Good gosh. Good gracious. Okay, so here's something funny. I tried my first live yesterday just to try to get the hang of it, see if it would really work. Turns out I didn't need 1,000. They changed that evidently recently. So, excuse me, I did enough reading. But just to remind me to look at the dates that these are written. So when you look for information on YouTube, which I do a lot, especially for recipes, things like that, for subjects to do with my work, especially if there's someone on there talking about their mental health issues, their struggles. I love listening to get a different perspective in case it's a little different than mine. You never know. And some of the information I was getting was actually 1, 2, 3 years ago, and I didn't even think about that when I was looking. So it just took, for some reason, longer. I think because I must cuss. Maybe that's why I wasn't able to go live, because it says it usually takes 24 to 48 hours, and it took mine almost a week. I lose track of time. When it's not on my time, it takes forever. If it's on my time, it's like, oh, that was perfect service. But it seemed like it took longer than normal. Anyway, it was interesting. So if you get a chance, you can watch it if you want to. I had a nice little interaction with someone I had never met before or heard of. I know. One person found me somehow. Isn't that interesting? I think it's interesting. How did they find me? How did I pop up somewhere in their feed? And we had a nice little chit-chat. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to do another live one of these days. But I'll try to give you a heads up. And maybe I'll just do it spontaneously too. I mean, gosh, I could do it live each and every time just for funsies. Except sometimes I might flub up and say somebody's whole name or too much information. Then I'll think about it and think, no, delete. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm excited about it. I messed up on my first video that I was going to do. Just before I did the live, I decided to do a video. Here's some more phone information for you, or research information. Turns out I had some trouble with my phone as well. It even finally got to a place yesterday where it said I couldn't even check my email because my storage was so full. And I'm like, I've worked on it and worked on it off and on for the last couple weeks. It'll get to where it seems like it's fixed, and then all of a sudden my storage is incredibly full again. And I've done a lot to try to get my phone done. And it's an Apple 13 Pro Max. I got that. This is my work phone that I use. My personal phone, I don't have anything fancy on it. I'm thinking about getting a fancier phone, but I'm using this just because it is moisturizing, and I only have a little bit of coconut oil on, so maybe it'll go on as nice as I remember it going on last year. Very sheer, very everyday. I'm not going anywhere makeup, and that's what I liked about it. I really liked that it was moisturizing. And I do not believe that it's buildable. It's too much like an emollient, like a cold cream. Oh, so anyway. So some of the information I was looking for to correct the storage issue on my phone, and it said it was photos in the general area inside your phone. You can look to see, where your usage is at. And I mean, I deleted every app that I thought that I was saving because in case someday I might use it, like the Uber and Airbnb and American Airlines, just to have it like, boom, ready in case of emergency, because sometimes I travel for my death and dying clients. And, I mean, I don't have those clients like every week, usually just a few times a year. But I can always reload it. What do I want to do? Well, that's good enough. You know what? I think that little whitehead up here, my eye, is finally getting a little bigger. I keep putting a warm compress on it. I haven't had a zit up around my eye in decades. But I'm just trying to be patient with it because I get black eyes easy. That's a true story. Well, I bruise easily. My dog is having a hard time with all the barking. And I have a feeling someone in the house might not be in a good mood. Okay. Situation. Oh, I wish he would quit barking. Okay, he quit barking. Well, anyway, so I had to look for, I put in iPhone, how to reduce storage in iPhones. And it's a lot different for different phones, evidently. So be careful to put in the exact type of phone if you're having trouble, and look for an updated review. Because the iPhone that I put in was, remember too, that they're like, evidently there's an iPhone 13, an iPhone Pro, and an iPhone Pro Max. I don't know, but I was getting the wrong phone, and it was so hard to follow. Anyway, I got rid of lots of stuff on my phone to where, as it started to not work again after that, I thought, oh, what did I do? I really screwed it up. Anyway, I accidentally got the directions followed accurately yesterday, and now it looks like on the storage, it practically looks like a brand new phone. I've even been going through years and years and years of emails getting rid of some things. Crazy. Technical stuff used to really freak me out. You know what? This is absorbing in a lot better than it did the other day. Once again, it's the L'Oreal. You know, when I go to wet my eyeliner brushes, I spray a flat surface. Because spraying the makeup, it sinks in the palette, and so that it's not as wet as I want it to be. So I thought I'd share that with you. That was something I learned. So anyway, that was your helpful Google information on YouTube. Yeah, gosh, I had gone through my review of a creamer I was using. I reviewed something else too. Maybe it was eyeliner application. Oh yeah, I did, under my eyes. So if you can find the live, try to find that. You might not be able to, because I went through it today looking for it because I couldn't find it yesterday. Turns out somehow it went to private. I don't know how that happens. Why would it go to private? So anyway, it should be public now, or today or tomorrow. I don't know how many days it takes it to go public. Once it's changed over. I don't know. So exciting, right? There are a few of you who want to do a live with me. Yeah, we'll chit chat. I'm so excited. Maybe I'll do it later today. What do y'all think? I'm not sure though, because things been a little discombobulated around here today. So I might just leave the house. Sometimes it's just easier to do that. And my safe place is, and I know it's hard for some of us to get out because of maybe jealousies, insecurities. Some of our people that are at home start to almost panic or get edgy just because you're gone. It might not even because it looks like they're jealous and insecure, but they may not be jealous or insecure. They may just be, it's like we're their weight blanket, even if they don't like it. But if you don't have a dog, get a dog, because not only does it help your mental health, but if the second dog could be their dog, and that can be really comforting. Just throwing out that idea. What do I want to do with makeup today? I don't know. Oh, so I hardly put on any powder yesterday, and I really liked it. The makeup did absorb that I used. I don't even remember what I used. Don't forget, stress can give you short-term memory. So if you're with someone or people who give you a hard time for your memory being bad, one of the things that I do now is I stop it right away. As soon as I'm being teased for forgetting something, I'm like, that's enough. We're not talking about my memory. If I start feeling like something inside me has changed, that's fine. But as of now, I take that in offense. I don't want to hear about my memory. If I weren't so stressed out, I probably wouldn't have short-term memory loss. So that's enough. Yeah, I'm really direct now. I'm not messing around. Sorry, I'm not. Just not. Just not. Okay. So right now, I'm going to try from that new palette that I tore the lid off of. This is all matte. Isn't that beautiful? All matte. So I'm going to use the black gray there in the corner. I wet my brush. Yeah, I don't little criticisms like that, or little judgments, or little observations that have to do with my faculties, whether I can hear, whether I can remember, whether I can see, that's enough of that. Because the name calling has ceased for the most part, unless there's a really bad day. And the fighting, the constant fighting and aggravation is gone for the most part, right? But then it's like, oh, these little jabs. It's like, she won't notice if there's this little jab. Mama notices. I'm not going to act dumb anymore, right? And this has been going on for a long time. And I'm not just talking about this relationship that I'm in now, because I don't want to say anything bad on the grand stage. Thank goodness for the relationship I have. It keeps me busy and grateful. I have a lot of good things going on in my life, and I wouldn't change anything right now, except, of course, a little more peace, a little more calm, a little more consistency. But we're all a work in progress, right? I'm learning to be more calm, more consistent. I didn't realize how sensitive I still was until I needed to. You know what? I'm going to do my waterline just a little bit under there, just for fun. Because this eyeliner doesn't have all those sparkles in it. I really don't like the fine sparkles. I'm so glad I found this palette. I probably should order another one, but we'll see. And I was experimenting with not using as much eyeliner. But you know what? Every once in a while when you're at the grocery store, you see this old lady who has a lot of eyeliner on, or some odd color of eyeliner, or lipstick. That's going to be me. I wanted to just look like a sane person my whole life, or the rest of my life, especially as I get older. But if that means going without eyeliner, forget it. Just forget it. I'm done. We're throwing the towel on, looking normal. Oops, I'm making a mess a little bit. That's okay, I'll clean it up. See, I have a lot of eyelashes, and they are, it's almost like 2 layers. So that was another reason I didn't use waterline a lot, is because I have to get in between those lashes, that crowd of lashes. But if I have enough moisture in my brush, it's a lot easier. You just lift that up and paint it on. Oh, yeah. Easy breezy. See, because I'm not a makeup artist, I don't have to take this so seriously as some people do. It's kind of like making a children's book. I know that I have some clients who are writers, and I insist that they're sometimes, not all of them, some people just, that it, like me, they're just in the right occupation at the right time, and it just flows. But every writer gets sometimes overabsorbed or distracted when they have a deadline. So that's when sometimes the extra effort comes in. Sometimes the idea just dries up. I mean, I've been in a session before where I'm looking at a client and I'm thinking, never thought it before, and may not think it again. But I have, rarely, but I have sat in a session with somebody and thought, I got nothing. I remember telling a client one time, I try to be as honest as possible. I said, you know what? I have given you my best over and over and over again. Once a week, twice a week, depending on how often you wanted to come in, emergency sessions. Things go okay, then you take a little break and you come back. And I basically could put it on tape and you could just listen to it and save your money. and your time from coming in. The only thing that's missing is you doing your homework. I don't know what else I can do. I can continue taking your money and start to feel a little guilty because I already feel a little guilty. Okay, I'm gonna put a little underneath. Trying not to make it too fine of a line. Yesterday I used a lot of eyeliner. I mean, I really had some fun with it. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. Leave that open spot in the end or close it like I did yesterday. If you find that live that I did, check out my eyeliner and tell me what you think of it. I can tell you that eyeshadow yesterday that I made such a mess out of, it acted really good yesterday. That's why I might go ahead. I took the Timo app off my phone because I didn't know if that was one of the things that was giving me a bug or not. I mean, I got rid of almost everything on my phone. Or it's called downloading, or no, offloading. I don't know, but it's basically where you put it to sleep and you have to reload it or reinstall. Okay, so back in the day, I would go from the middle of the pupil out or just to the very outside edge and out. And then for more glamour, I would do the, see, the phone is at an angle. Can you see? So I want some feedback because I'm not a pro at this. Yesterday I used a lot more. So take a look at that. And I'll just leave this alone for now. What I do need to do, which I did yesterday. Oopsie. See, I'm going to leave that open just for fun. Okay, I gotta get rid of that. So now I need just a little bit of powder. I'm just putting some of that sand, Rimmel sand. Anyway, so things have been a little discombobulated around here. Last few days, it hasn't been that, it hasn't been like that for a while, so I'm just gonna go with the flow and lay low. No antagonizing, no trying to be heard. That's what I did yesterday. I made sure once things calmed down, I made sure I was heard yesterday. So just for funsies, I'm just gonna do that. See how I already have color down in my cheeks, so I'm just gonna put it up here. Because when I smile, oh, I love that. I don't do that because if I put it here, it falls. So my blush needs to be more of an accent than a contour some days if I'm not on the camera all day. Yay! Easy breezy cover girl. Just a hint. Just a hint. So how are y'all? I know. I'm stalling on an eyeshadow because I don't usually wear an eyeliner underneath. I'm not quite sure what I do yesterday. I think I just used a color out of my little gray palette that I got from Temu. It looks like a mess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all that fallen powder, tap it over on the lid, and that's what I'm going to use. See, if I do this, I get it on the fattest part of my eye. Isn't that interesting? One of the little tricks that I use. Because my eyes have just a little too much puff. Okay. Not bad. I do need some eyebrow though, don't I? I wonder if I have any color on this brush. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll use that gray. Huh. You know what I'm going to do later when I get some time? I'm going to take my tweezers and a little mirror. One of my little travel mirrors. That's that 10 magnifying. And I'm going to go out and tweeze my eyebrows out in the natural sunlight. See, with more eyeliner, I can be more dramatic with my eyebrows. What do you think of that? Anyway, that's what I think. I think I need to use a Q-tip to clean up. Yeah. Okay. Good enough. Take some powder once again. There we go. Well, that was fun. Little mascara. We'll be done. I don't know. So the hard part for me is because I have high blood pressure and anxiety, and I can be triggered. It's taken me a long time, too long, in my opinion, for how dedicated and how hard I've tried. It's taken me a long time to get my mental health under control. It's taken me a long time to not get so scared that I get wrapped up in self-sabotage. I've done it so many times with so many good relationships to where somehow I could not get out of, I could not unhook from the desire to find something wrong. And in bad relationships, just like with my mom or dad, because of how I was parented, if it was a negative relationship, I couldn't unhook from trying to make it work. So for me to be as stable as I am right now and have been for a while, it took a lot of work because I decided, what kind of a life do I really want, with or without a partner? And can I have that kind of life right now, even with a partner that can be aggravating, right? I mean that in the nicest way. Because if I can, then wouldn't my life be easier? And knowing some of my challenge, do I really want to be left alone to my own devices? Oh, you know what? I didn't do the water line on the bottom. Usually water line doesn't last all that long anyway. I guess I could try it. And then I'll put on another layer of this. All right. Well, let's try it. I'm just going to use that black powder and that eyeliner that I've got. Or eyeshadow. You know, I might not. I usually do have trouble with any liquid or dry product on my waterline. Why, I don't know. It's almost like it's you know, mucous membrane doesn't, you have to have something that's kind of, you have to dry it. If you really are serious about doing waterline, from my experience, not being a makeup artist, but kind of like on your lip, this is the kind of skin that's there. It's just like this. If you put lipstick on that, it's not going to stay very well. You have to be able to dry it and then apply. Did I just get, look, I just got lipstick on my, goofball. Funny, funny, funny. Oh, well. But anyway, you can do that with your eyes. You just have to be careful. Just kind of dry it. And then apply. See how easy that was? This side didn't stick very well, can you tell? So just kind of dry it. But this is especially because I'm doing powder, but I have to do this for liquid too. I forgot because I haven't done it in so long. Yeah, it's still hard to stick, but it's doing enough. But look at the eyeshadow's already getting in my eyeballs. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you something else. If you wear eyeliner, especially in your waterline, and you're going anywhere, make sure you put some Q-tips in your purse, because you're going to need them, especially if you use powder. I'm looking at this, and this just looks like a mess to me. I don't know if you can see me. I'm kind of a perfectionist. I didn't get a lot of the eyeshadow up in the lash. You know, I have to get it in between those lashes, or I'm not happy. So that takes some special effort. How about that? Make sure you always, if you're not going to, I don't wash my brushes all the time. Thank goodness I haven't had much of an issue ever that I can remember. But I would rather not wear much makeup at all than have a mess, right? So since I'm wearing eyeliner, I'm going to just put a little extra powder. That way, it's not, if I have foliage, what do they call it? Oh, there's a fancy word for it. That, fallout, that's it. So that way, if I have fallout, it's easier to clean up. And how did that just happen? Okay. Yeah, I've got little floaties in my eyeballs right now. Can you see them? That gross. God, see, I hate that. How did that even happen? Oh, well. Wipe some of that off. I don't like it on my waterline. Freaks me out. Too much work. But I am going to put another layer of eyeshadow on. Or eye mascara. Because I may go to Goodwill today. Sometimes, once they've made their point for a day or two or three in a row, mine can last for a couple days in a row. And then, not mine, but my experience, it can last for several days in a row, if not a week. And then they go to bed for a day or two, and then it's normal again. So there's a combination of things going on. Poor thing. So it's just, how am I taking care of myself? My thing is, when my chest starts hurting, I know it's time to get out of the house for a little while. I have a couple little things I want to do before I leave the house, so my hair grows so fast. But look what I just did. Again. Too funny. See, there's no sense in crying over spilled milk. You just clean it up. That's all. Just clean it up. I don't know. What do you think about eyeliner? I don't think I'd try it on the waterline next time. I think I'll just leave that alone. I need a little bit of... This is just the white eyeshadow mixed with yellow that was right next to it. Just to give me a little extra control over that fallout. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, what can I look at Goodwill for? I need nothing. Oh man, I have so many dog toys. It's crazy. And I have plenty of nightgowns. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look in the men's department for the V-neck shirts. Not V-neck shirts, V-neck sweaters. Oh, this is the perfect time of year to go. They're probably just putting out their winter stuff. And I love the oversized V-neck sweaters. And men's V-necks don't come low like women's. They come like right there. I love them. I have several in my closet, but you're never going to believe this. I found some of the most beautiful, yummy, big sweaters with V-necks that some high-end gentleman must have passed away or changed their whole style, and they donated probably 3 of these beautiful sweaters, and I got my hands on one of them. It turns out it was merino cashmere wool combo kind of thing. Oh, it was so yummy, and it was in a color I just love. It's sort of a mustard brown color, incredibly soft, but it shrank in the washer. Evidently it was dry clean only. I can still wear it, but I'll bet it's a one more time, because if I wash it again, it's probably going to shrink again. I'm sure I didn't put it in the dryer. If I did, that's what did it. It shrunk it down halfway. I mean, I can still wear it like women's sized, you know, where it's kind of not tight, but snug. But it was oversized and so cool. Well, it was only $6 to have the whole experience. I'm sure that's all I paid for it. Problem is, I didn't even get to wear it once, because you know, you bring it home from Goodwill, you're going to put it in the washer. Oh well, time for me to get out of the house. I'm not even going to do some little chores I don't think I'm even going to do my eyebrows. And I know I should. How embarrassing they are. And I just squinted my eyes to make sure my mascara was dry, so that if I go out in public, that was a good idea, because they were not all the way dry. Time for a new Q-tip. Man, you know what? I go through like Q-tips, especially when I do eyeliner. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take it off of my waterline. I just don't have, I've never, even when I've used, well, you know what? It's been so many years since I've done my waterline that I don't know, maybe the best, like maybe they've come out with something that's better than some, but yeah, powder's just not going to do it for me. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, I'm almost ready to leave the house. And you know what? I'm going to Goodwill in sweats. Don't care. I'm so excited. I haven't been out of the house in weeks, except for in the yard, which I love. Well, here's to another day in paradise. Don't forget your sense of humor. And don't forget the long list of gratitudes. You know what? Self-pity is one of the strongest poisons you can get. It can kill your soul instantly, right? And then it takes a while to resuscitate you back to life. So don't get caught up in it. I know it can be easy to get caught up in, but don't do it. Do not do it. If you can help it. And if it happens, snap out of it. Do whatever you can. I took the dogs out for a run. I woke up this morning thinking, oh, God. You know, this is going to be that day I've been threatening to have that I haven't had for a long time. And that's just to stay in bed all day long. And, of course, it's another gorgeous day out. And so I thought, whoa, come on, stop. It's a beautiful day out. My dog's licking my face to get me out of bed. What is sweeter than that? I have some very yummy coffee, thanks to my partner who goes to the grocery store without fail and got me some yummy creamer. Very thoughtful. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I have someone that participates even a little, who's starting to follow my rules so that I can keep my boundaries. So that's nice. And it gets better all the time, right? Maybe not the situation, but my thinking and feelings about it. Yeah. Have a sense of humor because it's better than the alternative. And you never know. You know, people can have mini strokes, and sometimes their personality, if they've been a bitter, depressed person, sometimes their personality gets so sweet. And sometimes somebody really sweet and nice has mini strokes and they turn out to be like, are you kidding me? I've seen both, so I haven't seen someone who's been bitter and mean and had mental problems get meaner. I have not seen that. So, cross your fingers. All right. Oh, and don't worry, people in my family don't usually have mini strokes or strokes. No, wait a minute. My bio dad had mini strokes. I'm sorry. But not on my mom's side, so I'm just gonna go with that. All right. Oh my gosh, I've been talking way too long. I guess I needed to vent. All right. Love you. Mwah. Bye for now.